It is officially moving day. So it is our final morning in the apartment. Yeah, it's starting to get real. So let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed. What's up, everybody?
Hi, everyone. It's been a while since I've been on the camera.
It has been a while. So, I don't know, well, you can probably tell because now you can see out the windows. Obviously, we are not in the barn anymore. We have moved the bus. So now we are in Raleigh.
Yay!
So, yeah, so now we are living close to all of our family again.
And friends and families, like you said.
So yeah, we're living close to all of our friends and family. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, which will be today when this video is posted.
Yeah.
So that's actually the reason why we relocated to Raleigh. And instead of leaving the bus where it was in Winston-Salem, or in Pilot Mountain instead, because that would be a 2-hour drive for us to go work on it.
No.
We decided to bring it here with us, and that way we can park it right outside the house that we're living in.
Thankfully, some family member of mine offered her driveway before she passed, and so that's where we're parking, and we are very appreciative of it. And it's been awesome so far.
Yeah, so it's been great. It's been great walking out of the front door and seeing, the bus parked there. We get to say hi to them all the time. But yeah, so again, we moved for the internship.
Yeah.
And Anna will be working here as well. So we left our life of dog walking, I guess, back in Winston-Salem. But we're definitely gonna miss all the friends and people that we met when we were there for sure.
Yeah, we fell in love with Winston-Salem, and we built our first home in Winston-Salem, and we will always cherish that, and we will greatly miss Winston-Salem and our friends and our dog clients that we fell in love with, but it'll have a little place in our hearts, so it will not be forgotten. But yeah, but we are ready to start this new chapter in Raleigh for a few more months, and then hopefully we'll be hitting the road full time.
So obviously we would not be anywhere near where we are with this entire build if it weren't for people who let us use their driveways or their barns or whatnot for this build. So a huge shout out again to Chelsea and Lee, to Michelle and Evan, and Tyree and Ellie. I mean,
/ Marty.
Yeah, / Marty. I mean, it's been tremendous, and it's just worked out. I remember when we were like 2 days or 3 days out from buying the bus, we didn't know where we were going to park it.
Well, kind of. One of our friends' boyfriends just spilled out and was like, "Hey, you can park your bus in my driveway," and we're like, you can't really say that if you don't mean it, because if you do mean it, we're definitely going to take up your offer, and we did. So thank you, Lee, for being that first friend that lended his help out, or lended his hand out for us, and we really appreciate that. And then tons of friends offered.
Yeah, ever since then, it's just been, things have kind of fallen into place, and it's been, amazing, and it's really helped us out a ton, because we would have not been able to park it at our apartment complex.
Yeah.
So we would have just kind of been stuck with a bus and nowhere to park it.
Right.
But yeah, I was gonna say another thing that I think we're both going to miss about transitioning from Winston-Salem to Raleigh, other than the food that we love there. Shout out to Miss Ora's.
And Mission Pizza.
And Mission Pizza, true.
And the porch.
Yeah.
And local.
Anyways, Winston-Salem is great food. But no, we're also definitely going to miss, and don't tell our dogs this, but we're going to definitely miss Sarge.
Yes.
So
good old Sarge.
Yeah, he was like our little mascot, at the barn.
I'm sure you saw tons of Instagram stories about him, but he was he is the sweetest basset hound with his droopy, long ears that he kept stepping on, which was adorable, but it was kind of sad at the same time. But he was a good boy, and we'll miss him for sure.
Yeah. So like we said, it's time to kind of start this next chapter in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Starting with new jobs, new parts of the build, shifting to the interior, even more so. So now, as you saw when we were pulling the bus out of the barn, we've got the door painted, and we showed it in our Instagram stories. So the door is pretty much done with the exception of weather stripping and trim work. So now we've actually shifted our focus to doing the ceiling in our bus. So the thing about the ceiling is that we needed to find something, a material that was thin enough to where we would keep as much height as possible, but we knew that some people had complained that if they used 1/4-inch boards or something like that, they would eventually sag or they weren't long enough to be, strong enough. So we wanted something a little bit thicker than that would give us a little bit more rigidity, but at the same time we didn't want to lose 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch because of Anna's height. So what we ended up doing was we ended up buying full 4x8 sheets of it's just under 3/8, I believe, 3/8 inch plywood that was sanded, and we took it through the table saw, cut it down to 5-inch strips, and then we used a router table to cut a rabbet on each side to where we kind of basically made our own shiplap.
A lot of work when I say that.
It's a lot of work. They're still not all cut, to be honest. So we've got a lot of them in the bus. We've got about half the boards in the bus right now.
Yeah.
I believe it's 70 total boards that we had to cut. But this just worked out. It was more cost effective for us personally. I think we spent $150 or something like that.
No, it was cheaper than that.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. I think it was maybe $120 for basically all of the wood for our ceiling, which I know some people, when you're buying specialty boards, like if you do cedar or something, I know I saw some person say that it spent like $800 on their ceiling.
I know our floors are going to be expensive.
Our floors will be expensive, so that was this is just another thing. We're just saving money on the ceiling, but it'll be good money. Like, it's going to still be a good product.
Yeah. It's not like crappy plywood that we got. We also made sure that, they're well and solid and good to go. So, and it's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, this is the same sanded plywood that we're using for our couch and for other stuff, probably our cabinets as well. Yeah. It's just a different thickness. I would show you what it looked like when we got, I can show you what it looks like now when we got our ceiling boards up, but unfortunately we did not know that while we were putting them up and we were trying to record the entire process so we could show you like a time lapse of it, the camera died while we were literally maybe 30 seconds before we started screwing in the first board. The camera died and I did not check it because I was too excited to put the ceiling up. So we did not get any of that. But
I apologize.
Yes, but I can show you what it looks like now. So we've got 5 rows in, and that's about 2 days of work with, getting all of our tools reorganized once we got here, and then also just making sure that we knew what we were doing and trying to figure it all out. But honestly, it's probably maybe 3 more days of work for the ceiling. 3 more days, so we're hoping to have, hopefully, we'll see if it actually works out, but if everything, weather holds out and everything like that, and we're able to, not hit any snags, we're hoping that by next Tuesday, the ceiling might be complete. But
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We'll see. If it's not, we're not gonna be upset. Cause we're just, we're used to setting a deadline in our minds for something, and it hardly ever works out to that deadline. Yeah, I am. I like to set deadlines, but it hardly ever works out to that deadline. So yeah.
On that note, remember, every day is Taco Tuesday. Make sure you eat a taco today, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Winston on the Road. Make sure you subscribe, like, or comment down below on our YouTube channel, and make sure you have a great, glorious Tuesday. Okay? Anything else you want to add?
She covered all the bases. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.